says aim's real big.
Well, hello everyone. I'm out here in Northeast Ohio. I'm in the town of Madison. It's the first Sunday for NFL football. Steelers are playing Atlanta. NASCAR is in Atlanta. What a wild thing. Too bad I'm not in Atlanta. I would be having fun. Would I want to be at the Steelers game or at the NASCAR race? So that's why I'm sporting both. Anyway, I'm out here on a nice Sunday drive. And was out here recently at Geneva on the Lake, and I got a couple of videos while I was out that way, including this old Kmart that closed down in 1992 or so. And, well, I wanted to come back up here and see what other things were possibly out here, and this Advance Auto Parts is one of them. There's a Rite Aid next door that's also abandoned. Not sure if I feel like filming that today, because it's one of those places where the windows are up just really high, and you know, it's really busy here, and I don't feel like looking like that much of a moron in front of everybody. I'm already going to be doing that enough here. But this Advance Auto Parts closed about 5 years ago, and they closed because of competition. There's what I think it's O'Reilly's, or yeah, it's an O'Reilly right across the street. So, you know, obviously when it comes to retail, people are going to want to go to the places that save them the most amount of money. And you know, as somebody that works in the automotive industry, I could tell you I'm always trying to save money as much as I can. And if I have to get parts from these places, I just go with what has the best deal. Advance typically pulls through because I can get these coupons online to get 15 or 20% off of my order, which is usually better than what other places around the area can do. And sometimes, because I work in a shop, we get, you know, a good deal through them as well. So, but anyway, I want to check this out. Been closed 5 years, like I said, and it looks like the inside was torn apart. So, what am I doing blabbering about it? Let's get out of the car and check it out. Here is your former Madison Advance Auto Parts. You don't see these gone too often. I can't remember now, you know, I've filmed thousands of videos on this channel, but I feel like the last one of these I ever filmed was down in Texas. Could be wrong, but if I remember right, it was Texas. It's just a shell of its former self. It doesn't even look like a store anymore in there. Just gone. No parts left. As I was saying in the intro, I deal with them quite often. You know, we deal with them at the shop that I work at. And I buy my parts often for the B, which I still have. I know a few people were losing their minds thinking, for some reason, just because I bought another car, people like to start rumors. I don't really understand why, saying, oh, I got rid of it. I got rid of the B. I don't drive it anymore. That's not true. As you can clearly see, I have it. I don't understand why people do that. You guys don't know the story. I bought another car to eventually replace the B, because the B is getting up there. Got 279,000 miles. I need to get the rocker done on the left side, I know. Welcome to the Rust Belt. But it still drives like it's a brand new car. You wouldn't think it had that many miles on it. It still drives incredible. Still getting about 33, 34 miles per gallon on that thing too. Only on its second clutch. I replaced the original clutch at about 177,000 miles. Drives like a champion. Advance Auto. And actually, fun fact, when I did the clutch, I got a clutch kit from, I think it was AutoZone. Or no, it might have been, actually it was O'Reilly's. And the slave cylinder went out 5 months after I did it. I had to replace the slave cylinder, when I did the whole kit. I did the master cylinder, the slave cylinder, the clutch, the flywheel, and I replaced the slave cylinder 5 months later because it started leaking. Cheap Chinese parts. Was not thrilled because we had to drop the transmission out because it's inside of the transmission, and on my car you have to take the engine cradle out and undo one of the motor mounts and kind of feng shui the motor out of the way to wiggle the transmission out. Not fun at all, period. Taking that thing out twice in 5 months like that was not fun, but it's been good since. And actually the slave cylinder that I would end up getting was from Advance. Car talk. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because I have a manual car. Sorry about the wind. This is a great looking building. Parking lot's in great shape. Road's closed up there because they're doing work on US 20. But yeah, the slave cylinder I would get to replace the defective one would ultimately be from Advance. It's a windy day out here in Northeast Ohio. It was cold yesterday. And by the middle of the week, it's going to be back up to the upper 80s again, at least down in Pittsburgh. Up here, it'll be in the low 80s. By the time you see this video, this week's well past. Advance Auto Parts. No more. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the Rite Aid next door. I've done so many of them. And the windows are up so high. But that was a look at this Advance here. There's the other side of the sign. And then O'Reilly's is behind this tractor here on the other side of the road. I know you can't see it. You can probably see the sign right there behind the red light. But, oh well. Guess that'll be a wrap. Hope you enjoyed. Alright everyone, well that's going to wrap up that video. Hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of car talk. Pretty certain that cleared up the rumor mill about that. Again, I don't understand why people like to do that. It's not even a personal thing. I notice people do that about all kinds of people all the time. My favorite are the ones that say, oh, somebody died or whatever. Meanwhile, the person's very well alive. Anyway, you know, that one's a good one. But yeah, people saying, oh yeah, he junked the bee. I'm sitting in it. The other car is not even registered yet. I just got it up here to Pennsylvania. I got to get some work done to it. It's a little fixer-upper. You know, it runs great, but it needs a couple of things for inspection. I still got to register it, though. But I need to get the funds to be able to do that, because bringing an out-of-state car to PA costs a little bit of money. Taxylvania loves their taxes on it, too. So, and it's great. It's going to be pretty much a backup car to this anyway, and eventually will be the replacement for this when this doesn't run anymore, which hopefully doesn't happen for a very, very long time. I've seen several of these G5s and Cobalts, because they're the same car. Pontiac version is the G5, the Chevy version's the Cobalt. I've seen plenty of these with over 300,000 miles, and I've seen a few with over 400,000. So, you know, GM didn't have the best quality since about 2006, and so, I mean, they have some good cars out there, don't get me wrong, and I'm a GM fan at heart, and always been a Chevy guy, but, you know, I gotta tell you, they got some cars that are just flops, and then they got some that were big wins like this. These Cobalts and G5s, I've seen several with over 300,000 miles in a bunch, or a few anyway, with over 400, and I've even seen some of the Silverados with almost 500,000 miles on it. It's incredible. And, you know, I've never really done any huge maintenance to this besides oil changes. Obviously, the clutch, serpentine belt went. And, you know, really that's it. And I've done a coolant flush and fill on it. But that's been it. So, really can't complain. Anyway, I am going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate y'all watching and just listening to me talk. But yeah, I have the B, I have the Sentra. The Sentra's going to be seen in a few videos. I'm not going to use it all the time because I want to keep the miles low on it as long as possible. Plus, with a CVT transmission, I want to extend the life of that. I want to do a CVT fluid and filter change on that thing. So you got to drain it, take the bottom of the transmission pan off, change the gasket out, which is not going to be fun, and then change the filter out, put it back together, fill it back up. Should help extend the life of it. So anyway, with that said, everybody, appreciate you all watching. Take care and stay awesome. I will see you later. Bye-bye, everyone.